These conversations are getting a little bit more in depth, detailed, or better said, buried in distinctions. Distinctions, for the most part, are invisible to people because they're tiny, they're little. So, if we could have a conversation, perhaps, look at division. Division means, obviously, to be divided. And if we're divided in one domain, one context, then we're divided in all domains or contexts, if you will. And we're divided as an individual. Each of us are divided. That means we live in a world of dreams, of thoughts, of knowledge, of belief. And knowledge, thought, and belief is a huge division of ourself. We divide ourselves into, well, men, women, Republican, all those things that we divide ourselves into or divide ourselves with. And the truth about that is, for each of us, divided we fall. If we are divided, we fall, we fail. We become subhuman, if you will. A human is full, it's complete, it's perfect. There's no division. The mind and the body are fused and they move simultaneously, they move together. In a divided body, they move separately because they think they're a man or a woman. They think they're a Republican or a Democrat, or it gets sillier than that. They think they're an American or a Catholic, or, well, an American or Japanese or Chinese or Russian, whatever those things are. They're all a function of division. So if we could consider this, if you started off not being divided within yourself, have no division, then as you looked at, as you approach, and as you live your life, you wouldn't be able to be divided by anybody or anything. So is it possible for you to consider that you are divided? Always, if you've noticed, all of these things start with you. Because the world is a mess. The world is chaotic. The world has been going to war for thousands of years. We have been denigrating, cutting down our women, making them less than us, of course. The black people, well, if you're in America, then the only good people in America are the white. Anyway, that's a different story. So, is it possible for us to fuse ourself so that we are not divided? And as a little bit of a hint here. It means to say that your words, your thoughts, and your actions match. They're all the same movement. They're not divided. Belief, which is a function of knowledge and thought, divides us because we believe, obviously, it's pretty simple, isn't it? We believe that black people are superior to white people. Wait a minute. Is it the opposite of that? I don't remember. But yeah, it might be the opposite of that. And women are much more superior than men. Wait a minute. Is it the opposite? Do I have things backwards here? I wonder. And by the way, if that was backwards, it would still be in error, wouldn't it? It still would be insanity. So the possibility for ending World War, for ending rapes and violence on planet Earth has to do with you, with your own ability to fuse. Now be ready, because this is going to sound strange. Your own ability to fuse with you so that you are one entity rather than anywhere from 1 to 20 entities, so that you are not divided. If it isn't obvious to you, then allow me, if you will, to make it obvious. If you are divided, then you will fall, you will fail, and you'll take everything around you with you. If our country is divided, then it will fall or fail and take everything around it with it. So, in actuality, in truth, the entire planet, and by the way, universe, is up to you to see if it's possible for you to fuse, to join with, to actually no longer be divided. I know that this is probably a useless conversation because you don't even realize you're divided. You don't even realize that to call yourself a man and a woman or an American or a Jewish person or a Catholic or all those things is dividing you. You see? And there's a universal truth. These universal truths, by the way, are universal truths. They're the truth no matter what you say about them, no matter whether you say, I don't believe it or I do believe it, or whatever it is. It doesn't make any difference. So universal truth is divided you or we fail. We fall. And the division always starts with you. So you, this person who's listening, if there's anybody listening, are the reason that we're failing. 240 years, or 242 years, America has been an America. And we're now falling or failing. Soon the probability is there won't be an America like we've known it to be, because we will be completely divided. You see, well, At any rate, if I have to explain it, then the confusion is too great for you to maybe consider what I'm saying. So here's what I'm suggesting. You, the listener, are divided. You have not fused with yourself. That means your mind and your body are going in two different directions. Your body is always in the now. It can't leave the now. It's always right here where we are, right in reality. Your mind, however, is worried about the past. Well, worried about the future, actually. Thinking about the past, lost in its own insanity of sorrow, sadness, grief. Because we are divided. When you're divided, you can never complete your experience of now. You see, because if you're divided, then you don't have the ability to complete the now. If you complete the now, then there's no sadness or sorrow or regret afterwards, because you have given 100% to what you have done. However, if you're divided, then you only give 50% or 20% or 10% or 5%, whatever the level of division that you have allowed yourself to be. Let's suppose that you are extremely, what word do I need to use here? Ignorant, stupid, confused, and you actually divide yourself into being a man or a woman. And then you further divide yourself into being a mother and a father. And then you farther divide yourself into being a Republican or a Democrat. And you go even farther and divide yourself into being a Muslim or a Catholic. No, is it Muslim or what's that other thing? Christian. You further divide yourself into being from a particular country, an American or all of those things. Now just take a look at what division means. It means to divide yourself. But let's back up and let's just say that you have fused your mind and your body. That means that your mind will always be where your body is, and your body will always be in the present. You see? And in the present, there's only now. There's no your being a mother or a father or a Republican. All of those things can then disappear. Unless, of course, you bring your division from your history into now, and then you'll be a mother or a father, a man or a woman. Wonder if you can see the absolute stupidity, the insanity of labeling yourself, because then you have to be the label. So here's my, 13 minutes and 59 seconds. I'm going too long. Here's my suggestion. Take a look at what it is you think, what you're thinking, and what it is you do, your actions, and notice whether the two of them are in unison.